there's a tiny little secret I've been keeping away from you. Well, you've probably noticed anyway, but I'm using a teleprompter. It allows me to speak more fluently and saves your time as well. Yep, for real. If I don't write myself a script, my videos tend to get 2 times longer than otherwise. So yeah, teleprompters are cool. I'm using the DesView T3 model. It's not bad and it has support for all kinds of cameras and tablets. Now, just having a teleprompter is one thing, but showing text is another story. I'm using my iPad as the projector. There are tons of apps for teleprompters out there. There are lots of free ones too, and they're fine until you want a tiny little bit more out of them. I was using this one. Then I wanted to use my keyboard to scroll up and down. Guess what? You need a subscription for that. You gotta be kidding me. This is just a simple text view with the transformation applied. Why would I need to pay $8 per month for that? I thought, well, this shouldn't be too complicated to make, and it turns out it really wasn't. Hey ChatGPT, can you write a simple teleprompter app in HTML and JavaScript for me? Here's the list of the features I want. And voila, it spits out the HTML. Well, it wasn't successful on the first try, but after some manual tweaking, I managed to get it working. The interface is as simple as it can be. A button to go full screen, to mirror the screen up or down, left or right, then the buttons to start automatic scrolling, auto scroll speed selector, font size buttons, and finally the buttons for the margins. It's really just one single HTML file. There's some CSS at the top, there's some CSS at the top, there's the section for buttons, my credit of course, and the prompter div, which has content editable attribute so that you can actually edit the contents. Then some basic JavaScript. I had to play around with the auto scroll logic a bit. I thought it's the body tag that actually scrolls, but it turns out it's the HTML tag in this scenario. After I figured that out, everything was pretty straightforward. Flipping logic is trivial, it's just scaling with negative factors. And yes, it works with my keyboard, but here's the nice part. I often want to change the script when I'm recording. I used to rely on Notion Sync for that, but with a custom teleprompter I can simplify that even more. There's a really nice VS Code plugin called 5 Server. When you install it, you can go to any folder in your project, right-click on it and start up a web server serving its contents. But there's more. It works with AUTOREFRESH. So whenever any file that's being served changes, the server tells your browser to auto-refresh the page. It works really well. I've published this to Netlify, so you can easily access it at teleprompter.lovrosuchodolnik.com. And if you want to use the auto-refresh feature, you can find the code on my GitHub. Write down a comment and let me know if that was actually useful to you. But that's it for today. Have a good one and see you soon. Cheers, bye!